Hey guys, good afternoon from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I'm going to do a bit of different episode today for fun purpose because I want to give you update on my chicks. I got these babies like about think 10 days back, and they are growing up quite fast. And these are like I got like two of them. I'll tell you the story a little bit. Like if this is not a perfume review or something, and these are like my pets. I intended to buy them for my niece, and then yeah, she usually keeps like the babies near her room, but I just borrowed for a while, just to tell you the story of my chicks. And the thing is, think about 10 days back, I was not feeling all that well. I had a small surgery, and then I went to get some medication from one pharmacy. I was coming back on the road. I saw, they do sell these sometimes, like birds. Like Bangladesh is a kind of like country where you find random stuff, very surprising. They sell birds, rabbits, this and that. So I saw chicks. I saw them if sometimes, while I was crossing them on that road, but I never could stop. So this guy was like standing there and then having some drinks. So I asked him like how much for these. They are selling these chicks like they were very small. 10 days back, they were like very very tiny. Now I'll tell you update about them, and I'll tell you like what to expect, what I learned a little bit, just for sharing with you guys. Okay, so I had pets in my past time, like in Malaysia. I had about rabbits, hamsters, I had cats. So basically a puppy, also my friend's puppy. But anyway, so what happened was I was passing them by, and I'm like asked about how much are these. They're very cheap. So I thought like I would not buy because like you need to take care of them, like pets and animals, they're always like a responsibility. I had aquarium fish. I had a lot of pets, so basically I know that you have to take care of them. So they were very tiny and they couldn't move much, so they gave like this kind of a cage, small cage. Obviously I'm going to change it later because they're going to grow up, they're going to need more space. And chickens basically are for, mostly people raise them for meat. These are meat chickens, I think that's what they're called. I had no clue how to raise whatever. So basically, I got them. I'm like, I'm gonna learn from YouTube. Obviously, everything is in YouTube and Google. So when I got them, they were tiny, as I told you, and then I got the feeds, like the food, few packets, and then the water. They were all like this morning. They're all clean. Look at them. They just step in the water and stuff. They're very naughty nowadays, very notorious and very feisty. So when I got them first, and my niece was, she's a 6 7 years old, yeah. So she was very excited. She always wanted a pet, and she liked them a lot. So they were very tiny. When you get them, they couldn't move, they couldn't speak much. Now you hear, they're very noisy all day, and they eat and poop and drink, and sometimes we let them go in the room, so they run around and stuff. See, they get very very excited. So basically, these are broiler chicks, and they're gonna grow really big, I hope. But I don't intend to keep them for meat. Okay, if some of you are wondering what's going to happen to them, I'm going to raise them. I'm going to make sure. I don't know how, we don't have a big house, but I intend to keep them like for my family member. They are my family members, and one of them, I think this is a bit bigger. I haven't named them, but the baby did. But this one right here, the one in front, ow, don't bite me. And this one, they're getting very strong. The other one, the small one, always eats, and this is a bit like a rounder shape. This one is a bit taller and then longer, so this one, the other one is eating. That got bit sick once, like think got maybe fever or something, couldn't walk properly. It was just laying there. I got very sad. I thought she's not gonna make it. She or he, I don't know. I don't know their genders, but I thought this one here, the one here in the front, I was not gonna make it, but eventually it did. So I put fresh water, mineral water every day, but they eat and then they make the water dirty. See, it's stepping in the water. So I change every now and then, and I keep tissue in the cage. I put multiple layers. They're like kitchen towels, very very soft, so they actually sleep nicely and walk around comfy. But I learned, so first thing I did when I got them, I put food and medicine in the water, and then they were there. They got used to it and they grew growing. But on YouTube, I learned few things. So if you're planning to raise chicks, here's some of my tips. Always make sure they are in a kind of like a not too hot, not too cold place. Okay, they have to have enough lighting. Usually when they're very small, like hatch from the egg, I think I got them like 2 3 days old. So you have to have like a bulb, like light bulb, which is like gonna keep them warm on top of it. So I did keep them under a bulb. Now they don't need. Now they're fine. See, and the thing is, second thing, you have to keep them in a dry place. Okay, I could use some hay or something like pencil shavings. I was gonna buy them, but I think this is working fine, easier to clean, and they're comfy. And the water you can give tap water, but I'd rather say I prefer mineral water. And the feed they gave, the seller gave, this is what they're eating. I think they're okay, but I will try to get a bigger cage in future because they will need more space to grow, and I have to let them run once in a while. What happens in the chicken farm, I notice they are kept in a huge quantity for eggs or meat industry. They keep them in huge quantity. They are like struggling for space. They don't have any place to run, so basically they become too heavy for their feet, and they cannot walk around, so they become kind of sick, and you'll see them often. They are very depressed and kept in a very unhealthy condition. Obviously the people eat them, we eat chicken, but these, if you plan to raise them as for, let's say, pet purpose, you're gonna know that their wings right now, they sort of run. At first they couldn't even walk properly. Now they are rocket speed. Trust me, when I let them go out of the cage, they come near here. When they detect people, near the cage, they start screaming a lot. And then once you open this, they are like, literally, like magic happens. It just comes running, and they run everywhere like rockets. Okay, so another thing to notice is you have to treat them like babies. They are really babies, and you cannot handle them so harsh. So when you pick them up, you have to pick them very gently, and you have to be confident. You cannot raise them up so high, and then if they jump, they're going to either hurt very badly, or they're going to hurt, like they may die as well, when they're babies. And the thing is, when you give water when they're babies, make sure the water level is really, really low. In foreign countries, they give sort of like a water dispenser where they put stones, so they're like small, small spaces where they can drink the water from, but they say they may drown. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, these are small things that I learned, and I understand one thing: the any pet, you have to learn how to care for them. You cannot be reckless. You cannot leave them alone for a few days and leave without food and water. They're gonna die. All right, so you have to ensure they eat properly, and you clean their residence. Wherever you see that kitchen towel, I saw one lady, she says, I prefer this because this is softer, and they are like even, not uneven. So it's easier for them to walk. Now it's okay, but when they're babies, so they actually have hard time. They fall once in a while, right? Okay, so another thing is they will poop. Obviously, like you see, there's a little bit of poop there. I just changed this tissue a while back, and these are like 6 7 layers, but they poop, and they make it like that. But if you are grossed out by that, we are human beings, we also have to give that call to nature. But you have to get used to all of these things. If you raise cattle, they're gonna have the same issue. So you have to love animals to be able to clean them. If you have cat, you have to give cat litter. If you have a dog, you have to change its poop. I mean, clean the house if they're running around, roaming around free. So for me, these are like very cute little creatures. I don't know how they're gonna look when they grow up, but I think they're gonna be white in color. But they do change the color. At first, they're very yellowish, like a yellow colored, but now they are like more. The wings are getting a bit wider, and then the beak is getting stronger, and they bite much. Like they hit. See, if I do that, they hit like much stronger. You see what they do? They do that, and at first it used to be very cute, but when I let them go, they come near my feet. They bite really hard, and their feet, they have nails. So as they get stronger, they will actually have very good power. See how it stretches? So they become taller. They, like, raise their head. Now they do a lot of activities. It's fun. Do not keep them under direct sun. Even if you think they need heat, do not keep them under direct sun. When they sleep, I put like a sort of like a layer of clothing up here. So basically they have shadow. So they always, these two, they sleep together. Means like they go like very small. They become like small, far ball or something, and here they look bit big. They become like this size when they sleep, tiny, and they need each other's temperature. I think they like that comfort, and they sleep together. Okay, so gender determination, I didn't try. I don't care actually if they give eggs or whatever. I just want to keep them, and I just want to give you an update. I think, as I was talking about the big cage, if you want them to grow and then have healthy vibes, keep them in a place where there's plenty of fresh breeze going around, so that's good for their lungs and internal organs. And also, if you feel like they're, see this tissue now, they, because they stepped into the water, sometimes it gets wet, and do not keep them in a wet condition. They may get fungus, I don't know, some diseases. I'm still learning. but they need to learn, basically eat, drink properly, run around, rest plenty of the time, and kept in a very comfy sort of like environment. Never keep them in AC condition. Okay, I switch off my AC in the room. I'm turning on the fan. So keep them in a warm, dry, yet sometimes cool and warm at the same time, but not overheated, not very cold, and not wet conditions. Okay, so these are some of the things I learned. And the thing is, I think the chicken cannot be as like how to say, pet like a cat or a dog, because they are more cats and dogs are more intelligent. Chickens perhaps maybe intelligent, I don't know, but they're gonna be like, animals. They roam around free, like free range chicken, they run around. So chicken may not become your pet, as in like they're gonna come and snuggle up, but they think like human beings are their mothers, because they are not having their mother with them. So they try to like, go near your leg, and then they try to like go around you, like they think you are their guardian. So they do have the sentiments. So every animal, there's something to learn from them. Even fishes, something special about every creature. I think creation of God. So I would say, if you want to raise chicks, there are many types of chicken. They have black chicken, they have like this ones, they have free range chicken, they have like wild chicken, like different breeds. But chickens in general, they are very playful. They love to, like I see, they love to run. If I do that, you see, they become very responsive, and as they grow up, their wings, and they'll lose some feathers, they'll change their shape, may not be as cute, but you can raise chickens. I actually seriously thought, like to have a chicken farm, or like a agro business, like where I can, raise live animals and fishes. It's something like, like if you want to do it for commercial purpose, you're gonna need a lot of engagement, investment, as well as say time and love. Otherwise you cannot do it. You have to have passion for anything. If whatever you do, you have to have passion. But I feel this, if you, let's say, not doing this, I'm doing this for basically my personal hobby, and these are my, like, my babies. They're just cute, they're very cute. But if, let's say, I want to think commercially, like, let's say you have to have perfect setup, for chickens and everything. If you have a good space in rooftop, or separate like I don't know, like land, these are very good for your, like yourself. You feel satisfied doing this kind of business, for agro section, like agro business, or making food for others and yourself. You'll be self-sufficient, and there's nothing illegal in that business, or something people say halal and haram. I feel these are business, you can do it from heart. Government will give you subsidy, you don't have to pay high taxes. So in many ways, if you really are into it, I think these are going to be very good in this crunch time, and you can enjoy your work, right? So that I'm talking about the industry. But if you're raising them as pets, I would say, do take care of them, learn a lot. I watch a lot of videos learning. Of course, I cannot do everything, because I don't have that kind of setup or that kind of shops or facility here, but I'll try to learn more. Okay, so that's about my episode on the chicks update. They're growing very fast. They're now about 10 days old, and I just will update maybe once, like I know that 3 to 4 weeks time they're supposed to be ready to hatch. Okay, like they will give eggs, perhaps in 3 4 weeks they will be adults, right? So let's see what happens. So I will update, right? Thank you so much for watching. And do you love animals? Do you love chicks or rabbits? What is your favorite pet? What do you have as a pet? Do let me know. And if you have any tips also, do share. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.